Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com. In this video, you're going to see the results from 20 months of content marketing. This channel, as you probably know, started out with a big push on YouTube, 120 videos in 120 days. I've been doing 3 videos per week ever since, and then I got a team to essentially take my content, transcribe it, copy, edit it, and publish it to my WordPress blog. Doing about 2 posts per week right now to my WordPress blog. And then I have another teammate who takes the MP3 files off of these videos, gets it aligned onto a podcast feed, and I've been doing that for several months. This is the 3-pillar content marketing strategy. I push everything out through YouTube first, and then it kind of gets syndicated out to the other platforms. So what we're going to do in this video is go look at all the analytics. We're going to go inside of the YouTube analytics. We're going to go inside of my Google analytics, which follows my blog, and then the podcast analytics. All of these different content sources that I'm putting out funnel people back to my email list, which is kind of my goal, is to grow my email list, which is currently sitting at just over 4,500 subscribers. It's growing pretty consistently at this point. I'd say about 10 to 15 new subscribers per day, and I'm emailing just about every day, so that is equivalent of approximately 120,000, 130,000 emails that I've sent in the last month. So let's jump into the analytics and take a look at the different numbers here. We'll start here on YouTube. You can see I'm at 51,773 subscribers at this point, and I have created, I believe it's 349 videos. Indeed it is. Up top you can see right here, 349 videos created, so I'm actually creating video number 350 right now with you, and we're going to jump inside of the analytics because this is the fun stuff, right? This is the audience growth, the audience retention, and those numbers that really kind of help YouTube fall in love with my content to show my content to more people. So you can see my watch time is up month over month. It's up about 1.25%. That's pretty even, but I'll take the up there. And you can see my views are up about 5%, which is pretty exciting month over month. So things are on an upward trend, and my average view duration is a little bit down, but I'll take it with the up numbers on the watch time and the views. You can see the likes are up, dislikes are up, the comments are a little down, but my subscribers are way up, and I got a nice little bump here in subscribers recently. I'm all kinds of excited about this sort of month over month activity. It's small things done consistently over a long period of time that create great results. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to jump in and do a year over year. I'm going to set up a year over year review so we can see what these timeframes last year looked like when I was at month 8 in my content marketing versus now being at month 20. So give me a quick second. Let me set this up. And there we go. So the blue line is the last 28 days, and the orange line is the year prior, same time frame. So you can see I've gone up about 25% in my watch time, which is a very large jump. You can see there's only one place where they actually even converged right there. So pretty much the entire month over month, I'm up about 25%. This is even more exciting. I'm up about 50% in my views, right? From 100,000 to 150,000 views in a month's time. That's a 50% increase year over year. That's absolutely fantastic. It does look like my average view duration has dropped a little bit, which I'm not terribly concerned with, but if I can find a way to get this back up, I do think that YouTube will show my videos to more people, and it will help me with the algorithm. And then when you get down here on the shares, you can see my share numbers are absolutely through the roof. My subscriber numbers are a little down, which is kind of interesting. Likes are up, dislikes are up, comments are a little bit down. So it's just fun to look at. I don't really change my behavior much based on the data, but it is good to look at that short term. You notice I was like a percent or 2 up or down, 5% up or down, but if you zoom out enough and you keep going for long periods of time, the year over year numbers show that I'm still seeing drastically big improvements on this kind of slow and steady approach that I'm taking right now of 3 videos per week. So let's go into the blog. We've got the blog machine really kind of up and running. I'm really excited with the quality of content my team's putting out and how frequently that's coming out. And you can see I'm up to 20,000 sessions from 11,000, almost 12,000 individuals, and about 2 pages a session. So 42,000 page views and about 2.5, 2 minutes and 41 second duration. I'm actually really stoked on those duration numbers. Let's go up here and do just to the previous period. So we'll see the month over month numbers. We'll do the same thing, month over month, and then the year over year is how we'll kind of look at these as well. And you can see month over month, I'm up 5%. Users are up 444. I like that. My page views are up almost 11%. Session duration 17. So all these numbers to me say that my content that's coming out from the team is good content, right? People are watching, they're clicking through to more pages. So my internal linking's working, my related post plugins might be working. So all of that is working really well. My bounce rate is down. All those are signs that the quality of content that's coming out is actually quite good and people are coming back, which is exciting. Let's do a year over year because I did not really have the content team in place at this time last year. I was trying to struggle through and figure it out myself, doing the Trent and all the work myself, and I don't love writing, so it was a bit more challenging than it needed to be. You can see I'm up 100% year over year. So this year compared to this time last year, I'm getting 100% more people, which is double the amount of, actually 122% more people and 100% more visits, 100% more page views. The pages per session is pretty even. The average session duration has gone up a little bit and my bounce rate's gone down a bit. So actually it's gone up, which is a negative thing, right? It's gone the wrong way by about 25%, but I'm okay with that. Again, all this really tells me is that my content strategy is working. The 3-pillar marketing strategy is working. I'm incredibly hands-off on my blog content. So personally, I would say it takes less than 10 minutes of mine per month for all of my content for the month, maybe a half hour in an entire 30-day period because I've got teammates and systems in place. I didn't really begin getting that working until like 10, 12 months, maybe 8, 9, 10, 12 months is when I got that going. So I focused all in on YouTube first, got that really going, and then I added on this once I felt very comfortable with the YouTube process. And here in the Libsyn, you can see I actually just published another another podcast episode. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hop on your app on your phone, go to whatever podcast app you use, search for Miles Beckler, subscribe, download, give me a review. I do appreciate it. You can see at this point in April, it's April 20th. Happy 420, everyone. So on April 20th, I'm at 3,500. That's what, 2/3 of the month? There's one more third left. So if I look at that number, I would assume that I'm going to end up around 6,000 downloads for the month of April. And if that does hold true, you will see that that actually will be about a 50% increase from last month and a 50% increase from the month before, which just goes to show that the podcast is growing. I really actually only launched this podcast, I believe in December or so. So really the January numbers is when it all started. Been hovering in that 4,000 to 5,000 range, and it looks like I'm about to break out of that range. But I do have some low days, I've got some high days. So if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Know that you can get this kind of content on my podcast. I don't do screen share videos on the podcast, only the videos that are just talking head, but you can listen to it when you commute, when you walk the dog, when you're on the treadmill, whatever it is you do. And that's it. This takes zero time and energy from me. I have a teammate who does all of the work from the ID3 tags to getting on the podcast, to getting it on the feed, onto iTunes and all the different podcast apps. That is 100% outsourced. And this is the approach that I highly recommend. You find first and foremost the method of creating content that is easiest for you. If it's interviewing people or talking to people or just sharing the audio, start podcasting. Go all in on podcasting. If you like the kind of song and dance and doing the full show of YouTube, start a YouTube channel. Grab your cell phone, get a little iRig mic lav and start recording yourself on your cell phone. If you love writing, just write. You can write to YouTube. And then once you get in the groove and you're publishing content, you do a 90-day challenge where you put out 90 pieces of content in 90 days. At that point, start to figure out how you can bring in people or processes to get your content syndicated into the other platforms. Ultimately, you want to be on all 3 of them. You want your WordPress blog firing. And yes, WordPress is the only content system you should be on. None of those other ones count. Only WordPress is the only one that works as well as it does. Then you want to get your podcast content, audio format out on podcast, and then you want your video format. You got to get those video files up on YouTube as well. Figure out if you're not the person to do all of those pieces of the puzzle. Find teammates, find people who can help you with the pieces that are the most challenging or the least fun for you, so you can stay focused doing what you're great at, just like I'm staying focused on making these YouTube videos every week. I'm putting out my 3 videos a week, and I have systems and people in place and procedures in place that make sure that content gets out to the other pillars. And everything is growing, everything is good. I hope you're on the path of creating content. If you are and you watch to the end, give me a a hashtag I am in the comments below so I know you watched till the end and you are also creating content. You're not just consuming content, because that is the key to you creating a successful business online, is becoming a content creator, not just being a consumer of content. I thank you very much. Any other questions, feel free to hit me in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe so you get the next videos as they come out. I got some really cool stuff coming out for you next week, and I look forward to connecting with you on the next video.